Thursday Night Football, excited for this one, and in the video we're giving out 4 of my favorite picks for this game, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of these picks. And if you guys want more picks from me, plus a bunch of other cappers in all sports, we just post our favorite picks here. You can see NFL Sunday, we went 17-6 overall in the Dynamo private Discord. I personally went 7-1, Volo went 5-1. These are all the picks and the hits from Sunday, but you can see we post on all sports. Volo, one of our cappers, a 5 for 5 day, just posting his favorite picks, MLB, WNBA, some underdog hits in NFL and college, more big hits over here. Another big NFL hit on a 5-pick slip. Some demon picks being hit. So definitely get over here and check it out in the Dynamo private Discord for just our favorite picks every day in all sports. And if you play on Prizepicks and Underdog, you got to be playing on Parlay Play as well. You can sign up, get $5 for free without even depositing. This is what I did with my $5. Took a slash line and a field goal line that hit. And they're coming out with a free square, Caleb Williams, this weekend. So you got to get over there, get that free money and a free square. Plus you get a 100% deposit match. So if you deposit 100, you get 200. Deposit 10, you get 20. Definitely get over there on Parlay Play and also check out the Dynamo private Discord. You guys saw the picks, the streaks, and the hits from NFL, but we post in all sports. Just our favorite picks over there. I'm just one capper. We got a bunch of others. So I'll be posting more picks for this game, but also all sports over there as well. Let's get into this one. First one I'm going to the hottest pick, Jordan Mason over on his rush yards at 84.5. You can get a better line. I've seen this at like 82.5, 83.5 on other sites, but taking this one at 84.5, still liking it here. I think this one could get bumped up. It was even higher last week, and he still hit last week, so liking him against Seattle, who gives up a good amount of rushing yards. I think it's going to be a good spot for Mason. It was looking a little sketchy last week. He barely got there. I think he covered, we had him at 88.5, and he got exactly 89, but he saw his least carries of the season here, still managed 89 yards, 123, 77, 100, 147 in his 5 games this year as the starting running back. And you can see the rush attempts were the least by far he got last week. I think those attempts start to climb back up this next week, around 20, could even push over 20 in this. And you can see on the side here, Seattle rushing yard defense, 20th in the league, allowing 128 per game. And against running backs, they rank even worse here, 25th in the league, giving up 111 to running backs rushing. So I do think San Francisco can run really effectively against them, and Mason's going to be pushing those 20-plus carries again in this game. So liking him here. I think he should see around 20 carries and be hitting this line pretty easily. So liking this one for Mason. For the next pick, sticking with the Niners, we're going to go to Brock Purdy. We're going to take him over on his rush attempts at 3.5 here. Kind of sneaky with the rush attempts is that you could be taking a knee. So the 49ers are expected to win this game. We could get a knee or two from Purdy in this at the end of the game. But also, he's just been running more. He's looked more mobile this season. We've seen him running around behind the line of scrimmage a lot. I bet that since he's been running around back there so much, the coaches are telling him to take off more, run more. He's been running a lot more this year. So I like him on the rush attempts. And I do expect this to be a closer game here. Without McCaffrey, Purdy probably will look to run more as well. So I'm liking this one on the rush attempts for him. I think we're getting Purdy at a good spot to hit this as well. So for Purdy here, over on the season, 3.5. His last 3 games, he went for 10 rush attempts, 5, and then 4 after just 1 and 2 in these first games. So running a lot more. He's looking really mobile out there. I think he's going to keep this going and keep running the ball a good amount. And we do expect this to be a close game. It's only a 3.5-point spread. Purdy should be out there running a good amount and running around, trying to make plays against the Seattle defense. So I am liking this spot for Purdy here for the second Niners pick. For the third one, we're going to go to Gino Smith here, and we're going to take him under on his completions at 24.5. We've seen some huge completion games and passing games for Gino Smith this season. Coming up against San Francisco, they've struggled so far with the pass, but I think they'll be able to figure it out a little bit in this game. And San Francisco so far in the season, as we look at Gino Smith, they've allowed the 6th least passing attempts this season, 28.6 per game on the attempts here, and are forcing a pretty low completion percentage as well, 10th in the league, allowing just 62% of passes to be completed. So definitely a tough defense here against the pass tougher than it may seem. San Francisco actually has stepped up their game here, and on this line at 24.5, I've seen this at like 22.5 on a good amount of sites. So I think we're getting a good line here at 24.5 to be taking the under. But Gino Smith, 4 of 5 games, he has hit this one. Some of these games have been shootouts. They've been playing from behind. Like this last game against the Giants, Seattle had the ball a ton and had a ton of opportunities to hit this one. You know, San Francisco, we expect them to control the ball by taking those rush attempts for Purdy and rushing yards for Mason. So with our game script, San Francisco should have the ball a lot and be running this clock and running the ball down their throat. Then they saw a absolute shootout against Detroit here, where he had 38 completions, took it to a bad Miami and a Patriots team in these 2 games as well. But if we look at last year, Gino Smith, 27% of games, you know, he hit this last year. So it's not like a line he has been hitting a ton historically. This year just has had some good matchups early. They did have that Kenneth Walker injury as well, where they were passing more without Walker, so they could look to get the run going more this week, especially against San Francisco, who has struggled with the run more so than the pass so far. So I think they could be doing that and not passing as much, not having the ball as much. And we're getting a high line for Smith here compared to other sites. So I do like taking the under for Smith on the completions. But I do like them for one big completion here to DK Metcalf at 23.5 on the longest reception. I've been liking these kinds of bets for Metcalf. This one's actually bumped up to 23.5. You know, earlier in the year it was like 20.5, 21.5, and it was looking really good. 23.5 is a bit long, but I do think he can get it here. Barely missed this one last week, but there were some lines out there at 21.5, and he did get a 22-yard catch, so they did bump this one up. But DK Metcalf, a guy that is one of the best deep threats, also one of the best at run after the catch. So if they get the ball in his hand on, you know, a 10-yard slant, he could easily take this another 15 yards and hit this. Last season, he hit this in 75% of games. 12 of 16, he had a catch for 24 or more yards. I think he's going to be hitting this one against San Francisco. Last year versus them, he had a 31-yard catch in their second game against them, and it was a tougher San Francisco defense last year where they only allowed a 14-yard catch for him in the other game they faced him against. But again, last year, 75% of the games, they are at home as well. In home games last year, 6 of 7 home games, DK was hitting this. So likes playing in his home stadium, and DK just one of the best deep threats, seemingly always has a big play in every game. So I'm liking him to continue that trend here against San Francisco, especially if they are playing from behind like they're expected to. Could see some looser coverage in those situations and allow Metcalf to get out for a big gain. So these are just my early picks for this game. I will be posting more for Prizepicks, Parlay Play, and Underdog in the private Discord, but we also have a bunch of other cappers posting in all sports just their favorite picks. Last Sunday, we went 17-6 overall in the NFL. I went 7-1. Volo, another capper, went 5-1. Tons of big hits over the weekend in the NFL. But like I said, we post in all sports. You can see college football picks and hits over here. More NFL picks, a 5-pick hit that we posted. Some demon picks being posted and hit. NFL hits, some WNBA and MLB hits in with our picks. So definitely check it out. That'll be a link down below. But also get on Parlay Play. It's just like Prizepicks or Underdog. But you're going to get $5 for free just for signing up. You could play with. And then you could deposit, get a 100% deposit match. Plus they have a free square with Caleb Williams over a half yard that you could use over there. So definitely sign up for free money, free square over there. So get on Parlay Play, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the Discord.